What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ty Law, and I'm here with another TemTem video. Who would have thought? Alright, so I made a TemTem tier list, or just, TemTem I think are good, TemTem I think you guys should use, in general, what kind of moves I would use, maybe a team I would have, and I want to go through that with you guys, get your opinion on it, maybe even help you guys out. So let's jump right into it. Alright, so I got a Google Docs here with the TemTem. I got everything in here. I got personal choices. I got moves I would use, what their stats are, and we're gonna go through it. So straight off the top, I'm gonna show you guys the top 5 TemTem based on their base stats. Alright, these are the stats you get. You got them at level 1 or 50 or whatever. These are just their inherited stats. They're gonna have high or low, blah 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 blah. The number one, a lot of people might already know, is Oshiera. That's the blue, llama, deer, however you want to, look at it. It's at 486. That's the highest in the game right now. He's got okay HP at 64 base stat. His stamina's low. That's his only downfall, I think, right now, is that a lot of his moves use high stamina. So having a low base stamina, he might get into a factor where, like, he can't spam out his moves, and, that's his only downfall. He's got the highest speed in the game at 100. His attack's okay, but it doesn't really matter because his special attack is where his, his bread and butter. His defense is 51. Special attack is the highest in the game. It's 110, and special defense is 65. So that combo right there makes him the best. Special attack, speed. He's going to go first usually. He's going to hit hard. So ideally, you get one shots. You don't have to worry about dying. You just spam that out. So second is kind of surprise, and he's only down from Oshiera by 1. Which is at 485. This is low ally. Still don't know how to say their names. But anyway, his HP is actually lower. It's 55. He's got good stamina at 80. That's like double Oshiera. Speed's 80, not that much lower. His attack is 60. Defense is 50. Special attack 70. That's okay. Special defense is his highest stat. It's 90. He's pretty general. 80 stamina, 80 speed, 90. He's got good base stats, well-rounded. He's a well-rounded TemTem. I haven't messed with him a whole lot. I always go up against him, and they never seem to die a lot, so it makes sense that his special defense is 90, now that I'm looking at it, because he was always really annoying. Third one is a really surprise for me. It's Whiplump. Every time I see this Whiplump, I hit him with like an electric move. It's ×4, he dies like right away. So the fact that he's third for highest base stats is kind of shocking, because I've always smacked right through these guys. I don't understand. These guys 66 HP, 80 stamina, another high stamina TemTem. Decent speed at 70, low attack, low defense, but special attack's high at 95. That's his highest stat. Special defense is 80. So he's got good specials, but like I said, man, I don't see how he's up here, dude. I hit him with electric, like chain lightning, and he dies in like one hit. Fourth, we have Tataru. Tataru's at 474. We're getting a little bit farther of a gap between these TemTem. 70 HP, that's pretty good. High stamina at 90. He's got decent speed at 60, 68 attack, 60 defense, 54. That's about all he's got. He's got good stamina, good HP. Like, he might stay alive a little bit. These numbers are high, but honestly, like I said with these, I don't know how some of these are up there. I don't think they're the best in the game. I think some other TemTem are really good. All right, number 5, we got Yukama. I actually think Yukama is like a really good TemTem. I thought he'd be a little higher up, but his HP is 68, kind of comparable to Oshiera at 64. His stamina is 90. That's pretty high. Comboed, like, that's that's over double Oshiera's, and he's got 100 speed, so he's tied for the fastest in the game. He's got a lot of stamina. His attack is really low. That doesn't matter because all his moves pretty much are special attack, and his special attack is 76. So it's pretty decent. He's trying to hit hard. He's trying to move quick. Special defense and regular defense are kind of low, but he's got decent HP. So I think he's well-rounded. He hits, or he doesn't hit hard. He goes fast, and he's got a lot of stamina, so he's going to be going for a while. All right, so I broke it down into each category and which ones were the highest. Health, defense, blah, blah, blah. So number 1 in health is Gulder, which is pretty big, 120. It's the highest base stat in the whole entire game. It's HP, and it's for Gulder, the toxic little sludge ball, man. He's gonna be tanky. He's gonna have a lot of health. He's gonna poison you. You're gonna hate it. I gotta find one. I want to get a Luma one, and I want him to be my protector. because he is like, I'm gonna go down into it later, but I love Guldur. Second is Saipat, the little duck warrior. He's at 92 health. Made sense. He's pretty tanky whenever I fought him. And Shernif, however you want to say it, the nature deer that you get from the dojo master, he had 91 health. Pretty good. Highest stamina, Zabawa. Chilling at 92, this nature water, TemTem. He's pretty decent overall. He's got decent defenses and whatnot, but other than that, his attack sucks. So, the only thing he's got going for him is he's got high stamina. Zalbian, not sure how to pronounce that one as well, but he's that's Max's TemTem, the digital TemTem. Got high stamina. Dude, digital TemTems, when they release more, they're gonna be like crazy good. I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it. They're gonna be crazy good. All right, Taturu's tied in third with Yukama. They're both at 9. Actually, they're all at 90 right there. So really, all three of those have 90 stamina. All right, on the speed. Speed, we have a 3-way tie. We got Yukama, Gialis, and Oshira. All of them are at 100. That's the highest in the game. All three of these TemTem are really good. I think Gialis and Oshira are some of the best in the game. I'll break those down later. But, these are just really good. You can get Yukama kind of early because you get Yumishi. I think his name's Yumishi. Get him kind of early. Other than that, these guys, you get him in the mines. You get Oshira, the waterfalls, all pretty low. So, these are really good TemTem to have. Number 1 attack is a Mastion. He's got 91 attack, but I feel like a lot of his abilities, his fire abilities, are special attack. And his neutral abilities that he has are regular attack. So, I think that's a little not as useful. Nidrasil, the toxic dragon looking guy, toxic nature. He's got 88 attack, pretty good. And Gialis right there. Gialis has 100 speed and 85 attack. Some of the highest in the game. So he's fast, he's hitting hard. Possible another sweeper. Like Oshira is a special attack and speed. Gialis is a physical attack and speed. Might be good to have both of those on the team. We'll break it down later. Alright, so number 1 on defense. Kind of shocking when I saw this. It's a Tuvine. 2Y, Toucan Sam that you get in the beginning. His Evolsion got 111 defense, which is the highest in the game. Physical attacks, don't worry about it. Your bird's going to take them. They're going to be fine. Anna here, the little guy you get from the professor, he's at 101 defense. And Calibus, the octopus, he's at 100. Go down to special attack. Oshira, number 1, of course, at 110. Whiplumps, 95. I think Whiplump shouldn't even be on these lists, but and Mix is cool. He's at 94. He's that crystal mental TemTem. Then you get him in the mines as well. He's actually got a nice move pool. Special defense, Adoros Boros. This little toxic dragon shot 110. Highest in the game, special defense. Pretty insane. He's a toxic TemTem, which I noticed a lot of toxic TemTem have really high defense or high health. I think that's part of the design of the game. They want the toxic ones to poison you and stay alive. They want them to be annoying. Second is Ana here again. He's at 101. That's the same as his defense, but he usually comes with trauma as a trait, where if he's hit with physical attacks, defense goes down. Hit with special attacks, special defense goes down. So that kind of makes his stats not as impressive. Kinu is another rare. Want to say he's nature mental, little rare guy. I haven't even seen him in my game. Valorant is a toxic bird. He's at 96. That's pretty high. Again, a toxic TemTem with high defense. Alright, so we're going to drop down the personal choices I have. And then here's some things to consider when I went through this. I just made this today. So coverages, I want to be able to, fight against multiple types of TemTem. I don't want like one electric TemTem to come out and I'm like, oh crap, I don't have anything to do with that. So I got coverages to worry about, synergies to worry about. Some TemTem get big boosts to moves if they're paired up with other people. Wall or sweep, which TemTem do I want to be sweepers? Which ones do I want, doing a lot of damage? Which ones do I want just being alive, being annoying, maybe playing that support role? Who's going to help my sweepers deal damage? Because this is a double battle scenarios. You got 2 TemTem out at all times. You want them to, play with each other, not, both do their own thing. And also, who's just strong in general? Obviously, just going off strong in general, number 1, Oshira. Like, yes, you should probably have an Oshira on your team if you don't already. The role for Oshira, I like, he can be a really good sweeper. He can deal with a lot of damage. Makes sense. He's a water only. Partners for him, I put 2Y. I should put 2 Vine. Put that on there. 2 Vine, the evolution bird, because that plays well into his Tsunami. And here's a fire crystal. It's iffy on him. The fire helps, but you probably can just run Raiken if you want to run a fire with him, or Guldur. Gulder's obviously, we're going to talk about him later. He's a protector. He's really awesome. I'm starting to think Gulder's going to be in like a lot of teams. Raiken with the motivator trait. That's really important. We'll get into that later. Raiken has 2 traits that are really good, but to pair him up with Oshira as a support, you want to have that motivator trait. So his trait for Oshira that you want is Hydrologist. 15% damage with water techniques. So he's going to be dealing damage. You want him to do more damage. Pretty simple. He's weak against nature, electric, and toxic. Resistant to fire, water, and earth. And some of the moves that I would use on him are right here. Okay. We got Ice Shuriken. That's going to be like your builder. There could be an issue with Oshira with his stamina. So we'll see. That's why having Raiken with him might be really important with his motivator trait. But Ice Shuriken, 60 damage, 14 stamina. Next turn, you got your 1 holds. You don't know what holds are. You basically got to wait a turn, use a different ability. Then you can use them the next turn. So first up, we got High Pressure Water. 50 damage, 15 stamina. If you're teamed up with a Fire TemTem, you get +3 burn. Secondly, we got Tsunami. Tsunami's like, I think that's bread and butter. It hits both. Does 70 damage. Costs a lot of stamina. 1 hold. But if you're paired up with a Wind TemTem, you get +10 damage on that. Make it 80 on both. +3 cold. You're going to be slowing down the other team. Hopefully you get to go first again. Smack them, clear them out, and then maybe you can swap out and do whatever you need to do. This is really interesting that he can learn Blizzard. Blizzard is a wind technique and something you don't see a whole lot of. And seeing right here how he's weak against nature and toxic. Wind is super effective against nature and toxic. So that's a good coverage right there. A huge hit of 120 damage at 15 stamina. That's it. You throw out 1 Ice Shuriken, they'd switch in a toxic TemTem, or maybe you try to survive 1 turn against that toxic TemTem. Boom, Blizzard, 1 hit him is special damage. Knock him out. Second on my list, I have Gialis. I think Gialis is starting to be one of my favorites. He's really useful. He's a crystal melee. You don't have a lot of melees in the game right now. Really cool. Partners, Guldur. You're gonna see a trend. Guldur's like everybody's partner. If you have a Guldur in there, you're pretty safe. But Mushhook is his other partner that might go really well with him. The trait for him I like is Mirroring. His other one doesn't really do a whole lot, but Mirroring is when you're attacked by a special technique, the attacker gets 25% knockback damage. Basically takes some damage, deals some damage. Might help you finish them off a little bit. So he's weak to fire, earth, and digital. We don't have a lot of digital TemTem in the game right now, so that's not really a concern. He's resistant to electric and toxic. So the moves are tricky. The show off matters if you're grouped up with Mushhook. Show off is a status move, you get +1 attack. But if you're grouped up with Mushhook, you get +3 vigorized. You get vigorized. So basically your moves cost less stamina for 3 turns, which is pretty insane. Because I think it's a 50% decrease in stamina required. So like that becomes 11 stamina instead of 22. That becomes like 16 or 17, however they want to split that. Probably 17. They hate you. But that's how it works. So Crystal Bite, big. 130 damage, 22 stamina. If you get a show off first, that's only 11. 130 damage with an 11 stamina move. Dude. You gotta wait a turn to use it though. That's why we got Glass Blade in here. 5 stamina, super low. That'll be your builder. That's your, your filler. Hit that first. Major Slash is like the strongest move in the game right now, I think, at 150 damage. It's a physical attack, and like we saw earlier, Gialis, high speed, high physical attack. This move's gonna hit hard. It's got the really high stamina, but if you combo it, and actually if you can set this up, Major Slash is huge. You might not even use Major Slash if you can't get the Vigorized. You're spamming Crystal Bite, or maybe you're hitting this because they're they're resistant to Crystal. Really depends. But Gialis, I think he can be really, really good. That's why I got him at the number 2. Alright, I love this TemTem. Alright, this might be my favorite TemTem in the game. Raiken. Raiken is awesome. Obviously, it's a fire lion. His Luma looks insane. It's like dark blue. But he's a damage or support, right, which is pretty crazy. He's a fire type partner, Oshira or Guldur. What do you know? So here's the note. If Raiken gets a few kills, swap in Guldur to protect. That's a big thing because of his trait. He is prideful. Whenever attacking, he gets attack, special attack, and speed if the target gets knocked out. That's really important. He's basically like what you expect a sweeper to do. You want to knock out some TemTem. So if you manage to, like he has Meteor Swarm that hits both, you manage to kill both TemTem, you get +2 stages and all that. Ruler comes in, helps you, stay alive a little bit. Raiken might be able to just, sweep some teams. I'm looking at Raiken, man. He might be my favorite. But his second trait, which I talked about earlier being Motivator. At the start of the turn, allies restore 10% of stamina. The reason I like this trait is if he's paired up with Oshiera. If him and Oshiera are on the field, it's really good because Oshiera has stamina problems, and I think this might be able to combat that. I think getting that 10% stamina extra regen, because you obviously regen every turn already. I think getting that extra 10%, Oshiera would be able to spam more and be able to sweep more. It's really something I want to try out. Maybe, when battles get out, I want to test this against some people. I got to build this team a little better, but I want to try that out. Something to consider. How about that? He's weak to water and earth. We don't have a lot of earth TemTems. It's okay. Resistant to fire, nature, crystal. For moves, Fierce Claw, neutral. It's going to hit everybody. It's going to do damage. 71 damage, 13 stamina. Not a whole lot. Embers, same thing, 13 stamina, but it's fire, 63 damage, plus a burn. Really nice. Meteor Swarm. 75 damage, 25 stamina. Got one hold, got to wait a turn. That's all right. If you're paired up with another fire, you get +1 burn. So you get double burns because it hits both TemTem. Sand Splatter, another builder. Got a little bit of a coverage thing. If somebody, you can hit somebody for earth, it helps. He doesn't have a whole lot of other moves. This is where the support comes in. I don't know, this is something I would consider. It's got a lot of hold, 2 hold and 3 hold. So Roar will lower the attack of the opposing TemTem. Change Roar will lower the attack and speed, but it's a 3 hold. I really need to test this more and find out if it's even viable to wait that long. If Raiken can survive that long to be able to lower, the attacks and speed. But it's just something to consider. If he's playing that support role, maybe you want to lower some attack. Number 4, Tuvine. Starting to love Toucan Sam here. He's really cool. He can play the support. He can be a wall. He can deal some damage. He's a wind/crystal TemTem. Perfect partner, probably Oshiera, because that wind bonus to Tsunami is pretty big. That extra damage and that cold bonus. Receptive. Receptive is a good trait for him because it pairs well with Diamond Fort, one of his moves that he gets. When getting a favorable status condition, increases his turns by 1. So when you pop Diamond Fort, you're adding +2 stages to special defense and defense. So that's got a 2 hold on it, mind you. So you gotta, work your way there. But you'll get all that plus your trait. So it's like a huge stat bonus in 1 turn. He's weak to fire and melee, resistant to mental, wind, and toxic. And his moves are, I was surprised here. All right, Windblade standard, 9 stamina, 40 damage. As a builder, low stamina, he'll deal out some damage. He can learn Noxious Bomb, a toxic move. What? He's a bird. Actually, it makes sense. Noxious Bomb, he can poop on people. Tuvine can poop on people. It deals 100 damage at 20 stamina. It's a big toxic move. You'll be able to clear out some water TemTem with it. People won't expect this. If you're running a Wind Crystal TemTem and you're throwing out toxic moves, people are gonna be like, oh shit, I gotta switch up. I gotta do something. His other big move he's got is a Crystal Plume Gatling. It's 130 damage, 24 stam. I actually don't think this has a hold. Don't think that's supposed to be there. Because I think you can just come out the gate and pop that off. Like 130 damage, which is pretty insane. I think Tuvine's a really good TemTem. Another one, if you can get it, rock it. Alright, this one was tricky. I wanted the coverage of Electric. I didn't know if I wanted Nesla. Gazuma doesn't have as many weaknesses, so I kind of went with him. He's got really good base stats across the board. Him and Nesla are kind of the same, but he's just got a little higher special attack and whatnot. He's weak to Crystal. His trait doesn't really matter because he doesn't have a good one. Partners don't matter. He's just, he's an electric TemTem. Just throw him in there to deal with some wind or, water TemTem. If you're not already throwing toxic at the water TemTems. So he's got DC Beam. This move likes to go first. It's really nice. 5 stamina, 35 damage. Chain Lightning. A lot of people's bread and butter. I love it. It's got me through the game really easily. He can also learn Noxious Bomb. Really cool as well. If you're dealing with something that, Toxic's really good against, people won't expect your Wind Electric TemTem to have a toxic move. Really big. Electric Storm. Huge little electric move he's got. 76 team damage. 26 stamina, kind of big. But it's got that 1 hold. So, hit a DC Beam first. Electric Storm second. Hopefully you wipe him out. Gulder, the protector. His role is sweeper buddy. You want him with your guys doing damage. He's toxic, obviously. He wants to be with the sweepers like Oshira, maybe Raiken. You know, that's subjective depending on if Raiken, you know, pops off a little bit. The trait, this is tricky. Strong Liver can be used, I think, really well with him when attacked with the toxic technique, restores HP instead of receiving damage. He's only weak to wind, resistant to water, nature, and toxic is normally half, but if you have Strong Liver, it's obviously going to be 0. You're going to get health. Shy Shield, everybody knows it, super easy. 4 stamina, +1 defense, could get a little tankier. Bamboozle, that's the bread and butter right there. This is why you love Gulder. Bigger Pick has it, but I think Gulder's a lot more efficient, maybe is the word I'm looking for. Just better. Bamboozle, guard ally for 1 move, 16 stamina. Basically, if you don't know what it does, you use Bamboozle on your ally. They say you got an Oshira out there. So the next move that Oshira would take actually gets negated. So he doesn't, you know, say they're going to hit you with a giant, you know, electric storm. Nah, you got bamboozled. That's really huge. I think that's big to keep your sweeper, keep your damage dealer alive so they get another turn of just hopefully they can kill that second turn. Pollution's really cool. It's a +2 team poison. So you're going to hit the whole enemy team. It's going to poison them twice. You got to wait 2 hold on that. So maybe you get a Shot Shield in there. Maybe get, you know, your Bamboozle in there. Then you can hit that. Toxic Ink, you don't want 4 status moves, so I threw Toxic Ink in there. 80 damage +2 poison, so it's kind of nice. You know, you're going to rot people down while staying alive, hopefully. So 16 stamina, not too crazy. He's got a really good kit. I like him. Like, I'm going to start using him a lot more. 7 is Mushhook. I threw Mushhook in here because it's really important for him to be with Gialis. Once again, you're noticing a theme. I think the Toxic TemTem, how many other ones do I have in here? Oh, it's only these 2. Never mind. But a lot of these guys have toxic abilities. I think toxic is, you know, starting to become one of the best TemTem types. Or maybe it's just my favorite. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little biased. But Mushhook is going to play that support damage role as well. He's a toxic melee with Gialis. He's got a really nice trait, a Parrier, where he decreases damage from physical techniques by 30%. That's really nice. You know, a lot of people are going to hit him. If you're going to do a little less damage, he's going to be able to get out these debuffs that I'm going to talk about a little bit faster. He's weak to mental, wind, and digital. Kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. Resistant to water, nature, melee, toxic. That's nice. Perfect jab, 40 damage, 15 stamina, but it minuses 1 defense from the enemy. That's really cool. You can spam this a little bit, lower their defense. Maybe if Gialis is in there, he's a physical attacker, so lowering that defense is going to make Gialis, you know, secure them kills. Uppercut's just at 80 damage, 12 stamina, melee hit. Humiliating Slap is like the same thing as Perfect Jab, just it does a lot more damage. It costs more stamina, lowers the 1 defense, does 90 damage. If you can afford the 20 stam, you know, hit him with the Humiliating Slap. But if Perfect Jab is going to do ×2, you know, hit him with the Perfect Jab. Toxic Spores is nice, you know, it's just status, you know, throw 2 poison on them, it's 9 stamina, it's a low stamina builder if you need to. You know, you just throw that on them, obviously they'll poison down. And like the way poison works in this game is a lot different. It's not just like a that amount of damage, it's like a percentage of their health. I think it's like 1/8. So like Gulder's throwing poisons out like crazy and he's staying alive. If he can survive 8 turns, the poison's gonna kill that TemTem because it's 1/8. So 8 turns, 8 out of 8, they're dead. If you're hitting them at all, you know, they're dying. So I think poison is like not thought of a lot, and I actually think it's actually gonna be really important. All right, so I got an honorable mention here, and it's Nidrasil. I actually want to go test him because he's got an amazing trait, and I want to try it to see if it's just like, holy crap, this is annoying. His stats are actually really good. Oh. Nidrasil's got good stats. His partner doesn't really matter, but his trait is really cool. He's Try Apothecary. When attacking with a special technique, the target gets poisoned for 3 turns. So it's a +3 poison if it's a rival, or regenerating if it's allies. Basically, you can either heal or you can deal damage, which is pretty cool. Honestly, I want to test this a little bit, but his moveset actually makes this trait matter. So he's weak to fire and wind, you know, nature and toxic makes sense. Resistant to water by 1/4, nature by 1/4 is huge. That's pretty cool. Electric by 1/2 and earth by 1/2. So electric spread is going to hit both of the enemy TemTem. It's going to do 58 damage, 18 stamina. You got to wait a turn though. And it will apply poison to the team because of his trait, because it's a special ability. It's going to apply that poison. Toxic Ink, obviously, it's a poison move, 80 damage plus 2 poison. Toxic Fang, 62 damage plus 1 poison. He's doing all this poison damage. All the poison. And Spores, this is your builder, your spammer. 37 damage, 6 stamina. 6 stamina! That's nothing. And it applies poison because of his trait for 3 turns. You're gonna hit him. You're gonna poison him for 3 turns. You're gonna build up. Boom. Now you're hitting both. You go back, hit Spores. Go back, hit Spread. Go back, hit Spores. Go back, hit Spread. Because it's so low stamina. This one's like not even that high. You're probably gonna be able to spam back and forth as long as you're staying alive. So I think Nidrasil might be a sleeper. I don't know yet. I gotta test it out. I gotta go get one and level him up. But I think it's an honorable mention just looking at what he's got. But guys, that's what I got so far. You know, I'm loving TemTem. I know you guys are. This game is really awesome. Like, and we're only in alpha. There's still maybe beta to go and then the full release and whatnot. You know, I'm having a lot of fun. The whole Luma thing with SVs and breeding. There's so much into this game just on the surface and even under the surface is amazing. I think this game is going to do really well and I'm loving it. If you guys liked any of this, if you thought this was interesting in any way, if you like this kind of content, you know, hit that like button for me. I make a lot of TemTem videos, so I'm trying to. And I play a lot of other games like Smite and WoW and whatever, and I make videos about them as well. So hit that subscribe button if you're just a gamer. If you like gaming, you know, I'm going to be making that content. I'm live every day on Twitch. Well, not every day. Monday through Friday. I'm live on Twitch in the mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern. So if you guys want to catch me live and come talk about this, I might be playing TemTem, might be playing Smite. You know, just come be appreciated because that's what I'm all about. I want to help you guys and I want to be entertaining and whatnot. So that's why I'm here. Like I said, if you guys like this, hit that like button. Other than that, guys, I'll see you around.